Joining us on the program is our good friend from Golden's Tropical World, Carl Yogi Golden.
Good evening, WL and Bill,
Good
and
evening.
to the viewing audience. As always, it's a pleasure to be on the yoga show for health. Is so very important because without good health, you cannot have the quality of life that one would desire. And yoga will teach you how to incorporate good health into your everyday lifestyle. That's why it's so very important that you listen to what we have to say because there is some information that you can use that can bring about health. And with that health, you can enjoy your wealth. Thank you.
And our good friend from Manson's Engineering, the author of Fractional Outlines. That's a fraction book to teach children how to do fractions. He has developed that brain to that extent that he has overcome the fractional problem, and you want to pass it on to your children. William Bill Manson.
Good evening. It's always a pleasure to be on the show. And I'm trying to work on becoming a real yoga. I'm under the instructions of Mr. Lillard, and he's a very good instructor. So I'm doing my best to be just like him.
Well, that was kind of you. Uh, Gentlemen, today I think most of all we need to let folks know exactly what's involved in yoga. First, the body must be cleansed, and there's a yogic cleansing of the physical body that has to be done. And I'm going to read a few passages from that, a few paragraphs, and explain what you're hearing. As we have seen, the expressions of the spirit increases in proportion to the development of the body and mind in which it is encased. Now, mind you, you're going to hear the word mind used quite often. But it's being interchanged with brain. So rather than confuse you, when I know it's meant brain, I'm going to change it from mind to brain. Okay? Of which it is encased in. Therefore, yoga prescribes methods to train and develop the physical body and the mind. And minds, because mind is all over the body. Every ligament, every cell in your body has a mind. And it needs developing because it needs to know the power that it has over these ligaments, over these limbs. And it only follows the instruction of the brain, although we have put it in opposition to the brain. It's got to be in complete harmony with the brain, otherwise you would be handicapped. If the brain cannot communicate with the mind, you cannot move your legs, you cannot move your arms, you cannot move your body. You become comatose. So they got to be in harmony with each other, whether you like it or not. But maybe they don't move like you want them to, or like you command them to. So that's got to be developed. Method to train and develop the physical body and the minds. The highly trained body must first of all be strong and healthy. Strong and healthy. Now, some of you have seen the former heavyweight champion of the world socked me in the stomach so hard, and with my light weight, lifted me from the floor and set me back a couple of paces. And I said, okay, as hard as you hit me, I know you hurt your fist, so shake your hand. He said, I can't shake my hand because pain shot up my shoulder. He said, I can't move it. He said, I've never seen a stomach develop like that. It has nothing to do with the development of the stomach. It has something to do with the training that you receive. The training that we've gone through as a yogi let you know the power and the strength that you have within this body and the power you have over it to make it do what you want to do. So I instantly, when I saw the fist coming, I instantly made the stomach hard, and it felt like a brick wall that he was hitting. And you've hit it, so I don't have to tell you that. So the idea is to understand that power you have over yourself. When I say you, I'm speaking of the spirit. And when we're done with this discussion, maybe we'll understand that the spirit is the only life in this body. This body is just a shell that the spirit expresses itself in. That's all it is. Some call it the Spirit of God. Some call it the spirit of man. Some call it just plain spirit. But it's only one God, one spirit. And it's encased in all these bodies you see on this planet. The one spirit. That's why the concept of oneness is so prevalent. It's so important. Because if we all truly understood the oneness, there would never be any conflict. Because how can I have conflict with myself? If I knew proof positive that this is me, this is why most people don't understand why I can get along with everybody, regardless to who they are or how they come at me. I can get along with them because I understand it's just me playing another role.
Okay.
And I'm playing a role really that I don't have any control over, because I'm not really controlling this body here. That's why this body would come after me in that manner, whatever manner they're coming. But eventually I would take control of that body. And when I take control of that body, we become in harmony with one another. You see what I'm saying? That's how much power you got within yourself. You have power to create you, all around you. Once you create you all around you, you have no conflict. Now, some of you have been sorely trained to believe that there's an outside force controlling you. No, there's no outside force. There's no outside force waiting for you to drop down on your knees and pray to it. There's no outside force that's going to do any more for you than it already has done. It already has done. It placed its own spirit inside you to lead you and guide you wherever you want to go. And you say, well, people are sticking up and robbing and killing. That's what you wanted to do. Well, is the Spirit leading and guiding you? The Spirit is leading and guiding you. It will guide you around the trepidation that's involved in you creating all those things that you're doing to yourself. So, consequently, if you continue doing them, the body just understands that it has no control. I mean, the spirit just understands that it has no control, and it will eventually just push you out of the way. How will it push you out of the way? You may ask. Well, you get shot in the toe, and the spirit gets a chance to escape. Because you've been taught that if you get shot, you die. So the doctors have to come up with some kind of excuse. Well, the bullet hit a main artery in the big toe, and he bled to death. I say the spirit was just ready to go. The spirit escaped that rancid body that it had no control over. The body that was robbing and stealing and in conflict with every other spirit on the planet, or every other spirited body on the planet. Better word. Every other spirited body on the planet, because you cannot move without the spirit. You cannot do anything without the spirit.